There is a road carved into a cliff so narrow that two cars cannot pass. If you meet someone coming the other way, one of you has to reverse for kilometers. Elsewhere, a mountain highway climbs through hairpin turns with no guardrails. One wrong move sends you tumbling thousands of meters into the clouds below. These are not closed roads or abandoned paths. People drive them every single day. By the time we reach number 1, you will see why locals call it the Road of Death. Most roads are built for safety and convenience. But some were carved out of desperation, through mountains that refuse to be tamed. They cling to cliff faces, cross avalanche zones, and disappear into fog without warning. Guardrails are a luxury, and turning around is often impossible. Here are 10 of the most dangerous roads on Earth. 10. Trollstigen, Norway. In the Norwegian mountains, a road zigzags up a steep valley wall. 11 hairpin turns climb past waterfalls and sheer drops. In summer, tourists line up to experience the stunning views. In winter, the road closes entirely because ice makes it impossible to climb. Each turn feels tighter than the last as clouds drift below. Name translates to Troll's Ladder. Climbs about 850 meters in altitude. Road grade reaches 10% in places. Closed from autumn through late spring. One of Norway's most visited scenic routes. 9. Skipper's Canyon Road, New Zealand. In the mountains of New Zealand's South Island, a dirt road winds along a narrow gorge. It was carved by gold miners over a century ago. The surface is unpaved, crumbling in places, and barely wide enough for one vehicle. Most rental car companies forbid their customers from driving here. Stones crunch under tires just inches from drops of hundreds of meters. Located near Queenstown in the South Island, originally built during the Gold Rush era, road width often under 3 meters. Many sections have no barriers at all, popular with adventurous tour operators. 8. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan and China. The Karakoram Highway climbs through some of the tallest mountains on Earth. It connects Pakistan and China across landslide-prone valleys and glacier zones. Massive trucks share the road with buses and motorcycles. Rock slides block sections regularly, and weather can change in minutes. Drivers pass beneath peaks that tower over 7,000 meters above sea level. Reaches altitudes over 4,600 meters, stretches about 1,300 kilometers in length. Construction took over 2 decades. Crosses the Kanjarab Pass at the border, nicknamed the 8th wonder of the world. 7. Passage du Gois, France. Twice a day, the ocean swallows this road completely. The Passage du Gois connects the French mainland to a small island across a tidal flat. When the tide rises, water floods the road meters deep. Drivers who time it wrong must abandon their cars and climb rescue towers. When the tide is out, the wet road stretches across the sea floor. Located in the Vendée region of France, about 4.5 kilometers long, only passable a few hours each day. Tall rescue platforms line the route, used as a stage in the Tour de 6. Zojila Pass, India. High in the Himalayas, a narrow dirt road crosses one of India's most vital mountain passes. Military convoys, trucks, and buses share the narrow route. There are no guardrails for most of the climb. Snow and mud make the surface unpredictable, especially in spring. Vehicles inch past each other with wheels just centimeters from the edge. Sits at about 3,500 meters altitude. Connects Kashmir with Ladakh. Road surface is mostly unpaved, closed. During heavy winter snowfall, a new tunnel is under construction to bypass it. The roads ahead become even more extreme, clinging to cliffs and cutting through mountains by hand. 5. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. In a remote mountain village, locals grew tired of being cut off from the world. They decided to carve a road through the cliff themselves. Using hand tools and dynamite, villagers spent 5 years drilling a tunnel through solid rock. Windows in the tunnel walls let in light, and expose the drop outside. The passage is narrow, uneven, and feels like driving through a carved cave. Located in Hunan province in central China, carved entirely by local villagers, tunnel stretches about 1.2 kilometers. Windows cut into the cliff allow daylight in, now a tourist attraction for adventurous drivers. 4. James Dalton Highway, United States. In the wilderness of Alaska, a gravel road runs north toward the Arctic Ocean. Fuel stations are hundreds of kilometers apart. The James Dalton Highway is remote, icy, and often impassable in winter storms. Truck drivers haul supplies through blizzards with almost no emergency services. A breakdown here can become life-threatening in hours. Stretches about 660 kilometers. Only 3 small communities along the entire route featured in the television series Ice Road. Truckers' extreme cold and isolation make rescue difficult. Most rental companies ban their vehicles from this road. 3. Tianmen Mountain Road, China. In Hunan province, a mountain road spirals up through 99 hairpin turns. Each curve is tighter than the last as the road climbs toward a massive stone arch. Tour buses squeeze past each other on lanes barely wide enough. Low clouds often swallow the upper sections entirely. The final stop offers views that feel like standing at the edge of the world. Rises about 1,100 meters in altitude. 99 turns are said to symbolize heaven. In Chinese culture, road leads to the famous Heaven's Gate Arch, popular with tour buses and daring cyclists. Fog and rain make conditions treacherous. 2. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan. To reach one of the most beautiful places in Pakistan, you must first survive one of the most dangerous roads. The Fairy Meadows Road is unpaved, narrow, and hugs cliffs with no barriers. Jeeps bounce along loose gravel with sheer drops just outside the window. One wrong turn sends vehicles tumbling down the mountainside. At the end, the views of Nanga Parbat are said to be worth the terror. Climbs toward the base of Nanga Parbat Road is only suitable for rugged four-wheel drive vehicles. No guardrails on most of the route. Takes several hours to cover about 15 kilometers. 1. North Yungas Road, Bolivia. In the mountains of Bolivia, a narrow dirt road clings to cliffs thousands of meters above the valley floor. For decades, it was the only route between La Paz and the lowland jungles. Trucks, buses, and cars shared a single lane carved into the rock. Fog, rain, and loose gravel turned every trip into a gamble with death. Locals call it El Camino de la Muerte, the Road of Death. Drops about 3,500 meters over its length, claimed hundreds of lives annually. At its peak, a safer bypass road has reduced traffic, now popular with mountain bikers and tourists. Still considered one of the most dangerous roads ever built. You have just traveled along 10 of the most dangerous roads on Earth. From tidal crossings and frozen Arctic routes to tunnels carved by hand through solid rock. We climbed through landslide zones, squeezed past cliffs with no barriers, and faced roads that vanish underwater twice a day. At the top of the list, Bolivia's North Yungas Road earned its deadly reputation over decades of tragedy, a narrow path where a single mistake meant no second chance. Which of these roads would you dare to drive? Would you take a tour bus up Tianmen Mountain or ride a jeep toward Fairy Meadows? Do you think modern engineering will eventually make all dangerous roads safe? What other extreme roads have you heard about that should be on this list? If this journey made your palms sweat, tap like and subscribe so you never miss the next adventure. Soon, we will explore the most extreme bridges ever built, from glass walkways over canyons to crossings that sway in the wind.